At the current time of recording, the world is social distancing, and the demand for gaming PCs now is higher than ever before. So with that in mind, I set myself a budget of £600 to build a gaming PC, and this is what I came up with. Before we begin, I'll post an alternative build in the description down below, which is a PC part picker list so that you can emulate this build or something close to it. For the build, the processor I bought was a used AMD Ryzen 5 1600. I'm using the stock cooler for the processor as I was trying to keep within the budget. The memory I got was a 16GB kit of DDR4 RAM from G-Skill clocked at 3000 MHz. For storage, I got a used Toshiba 512GB NVMe SSD. As for the motherboard I picked up, it is a brand new AB350M-DS3 V2 motherboard from Gigabyte. That's quite the mouthful, as this was the cheapest option with 4 RAM slots for future upgradability. The graphics card I got my hands on was a used GTX 1070 from Gigabyte. The GTX 1070 is currently one of the best used price to performance graphics cards available. This was one hell of a deal I got, which allowed me to splurge a bit more on the PC case. For the power supply, yeah, you don't want to cheap out on this like I almost did. I went with a Corsair VS550, a great value for money power supply, ugly ass cables, it will do the job and not a thing more. No. This case is the Kamikaze Pro from GAMEMAX. I've had my eye on this case for a very long time, and I finally pulled the trigger on buying it and was not disappointed with what I got. This feature-rich case is just £55, comes with 4 addressable RGB fans, which unfortunately my motherboard doesn't support, though it does feature LED and fan control right on top of the case. Speaking of which, we got 2 USB 2.0 headers, 2 USB 3.0 headers, power, reset, and a headphone and microphone jack on top, a clear tempered glass side panel, and the case is decked top, bottom, and front with dust filters. With that out of the way, let's build the PC. And there we have it, a PC that can easily play through games at 1080p whilst also costing about the same as an Animal Crossing New Horizons edition Nintendo Switch console from scalpers. But where does that investment leave us? What sort of performance are you looking to get from a machine like this? I tested 5 games, that being Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Apex Legends, Call of Duty Warzone, Counter-Strike Global Offensive, and Doom Eternal. The rationale behind looking at all of these games in particular were the accessibility I had to each game. 3 out of the 5 games tested are free to play, that being Apex, COD Warzone, and CSGO, whereas Assassin's Creed Odyssey and Doom Eternal are AAA games that are available at good prices when looking at places that sell CD keys. Another thing to mention is that I did not overclock the processor or the graphics card, as I feel this better represents what most people will do out of the box. I also left the graphics settings at either high or ultra depending on the game. So without further ado, here are the results. As you can see, this PC provides a smooth gaming experience at 1080p, and you could definitely get greater frame rates by dropping graphical settings if you're looking for high refresh rates, but I couldn't as I didn't have much time to look into that. The temperatures were also relatively great. The processor on average was sitting around 60 degrees whilst gaming, and the graphics card about 10 degrees above at 70 degrees without going above that during any of my testing. And that's what I'm dubbing the social distancing gaming PC for £600. I have to say, this video was fun to make, but I definitely have a lot to learn about what goes into making a video like this. If you couldn't tell, this was my first go at it. So if you'd like to see more from me, make sure you like the video if you like, and tell me what you're thinking in the comments down below with any future suggestions for video content. And subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't miss out on what's to come. And with that, I'm Rob, and I'll see you next time.